Hey there, welcome to my video log for week 17 of my pregnancy. I tried to make this video earlier in the day when I was like fresh, but it's now after dinner, and you may hear Jasper downstairs playing drums on his pot right now, so that's what's going on. Josh is making him pasta because he didn't want what I made for dinner, which is kind of like a not that uncommon thing and something I sort of struggle with because I don't want him to eat the same things all the time. I'm trying to have like a diverse range of foods, but it's really been kind of tricky during this time. So anyway, it's like a lot of oatmeal in the morning and peanut butter and jellies and scrambled eggs and pasta. Different kinds of pastas, at least we have that. So yeah, we are, I'm 18 weeks now, which is kind of wild. So this last week has been pretty cool with the pregnancy. I feel a lot more connected now to the baby. Like a couple days ago, I was doing yoga down in the living room, and I had like a big Braxton Hicks contraction, and it was just like I could like really see the whole thing, the whole uterus like firm, and I was laying down, so like I could soften everything else around it, so I saw like how huge it is. It's so big right now, which is such a relief because sometimes I just feel like soft and thick around the waist, and it's like I don't know. It's just weird. It's just different than my last one where it was just like just firm bump because like my muscles hadn't been stretched ever like it has now. So, anyway, but it was really cool to see. And I've also felt the baby moving around a little bit. Most of the time I have to like really sit and think about it and focus on it, and I'll feel things and I'll be like, I think that was it, you know, but so usually the movements that I feel are kind of like, I think that was it, but the other night I was sleeping and I woke up to go to the bathroom, and when I came back and I got all cozy, I felt the baby move, like it was drums. It was a for sure movement thing, which is pretty cool. So that made me very excited. Another thing that's been really helpful for me this week was that I talked to my big brother, and I confided in him that like I've had like kind of feelings like of anxiety, like what if something's wrong with my baby. One day I saw like a really moving video on Instagram of a little boy, and he had like he didn't have a full arm, and he was probably like a year and a half old, and he met for the first time a woman that also didn't have a full arm, and they like bumped, and then he just wanted to hug her, and I was just crying, and then I just thought like, what if, you know, something could be wrong with my baby? And I haven't had an ultrasound yet, so, you know, I'm gonna do the anatomy scan. Hopefully, if everything is safe in the city, which I think it's not gonna really be a problem. So anyway, I just kind of got in my head, and I did that with Jasper too, like a tinge, like a touch, but I had like much more stability around in my life, and I felt a lot more trusting to the drums. So anyway, I was feeling kind of nervous about it, and I told my brother, and he's the best, and he was just like, oh, I'm 100% sure without a shadow of a doubt that your baby is going to be just fine. He has a little accent. I don't know if I got that in there, but, and he just kind of put my mind at ease. He kind of just like, in a really loving, humorous way, like brushed me off. And I guess that's just what I needed, you know? So that was good for me. Yeah, so those things have really helped me feel a lot more connected and excited, and it's really like starting to pop out now. And this is after dinner, so kind of hard to see in my jumpsuit, but yeah, I mean, there's a bump in there. There's a baby in there, so it feels cool. It feels nice now. I just feel like I haven't had that much time to I haven't focused enough on the pregnancy and getting excited and basking in the joys of growing life as much as I should and want to and did the first time around. I've been way too focused on like the anxieties and the difficulties and the uncertainties. And you know, I'm trying to be gentle with myself. Like there's a good reason that I've been that way, but I don't want to be that way. So we're in a new cabin now. We moved in the middle of last week, and we were pretty disappointed when we arrived. Like, you know, we rented at Airbnb, a sight unseen, so it, like in the photos it looks like a great place, and I was pretty excited, like, oh, maybe they have a dishwasher, which they do, so that's nice. But when we walked in, they had like a huge garbage can full of trash in the house, and it was disgusting. And she said the manager or the owner, I don't know, said because you can't leave trash outside at night because animals will come. But dude, lock the trash can. You cannot leave a huge garbage can full of stinky trash in your house. Hello, that is not cool. So that was really disappointing. And so I was kind of harping on that and a couple of other things that like because I was in a sour mood, it was easy to like pick out little things to be negative about. And I caught myself just like being negative and just like in a sour mood. And I said, no, I have to like force shift this. And then I spent the rest of the night until I fell asleep in bed, just like thinking of gratitude, you know, all the things that I have to be thankful for, which there are so many, and just determined to make the most of these last couple weeks that we have out here before we go to the city, and then continue on that way, you know. So it worked. The next morning I woke up, I felt great, really positive, like easy to laugh about the situation, and a lot more intent on keeping myself in a positive and optimistic mood. So I also exercised every day since then, and it's nothing like crazy or intense, although I mean it feels very intense to me because I haven't exercised in a while and I'm all sore now and everything. But it's just like probably 30 minutes of good movement, like from warm up till I'm sweating, not like dripping or anything, but you know, really get my heart going a little bit. And it's just yoga this week, like a modified primary series of Ashtanga, and it's really nice. It just has felt really good. It put me in a really good mood. It really helps me, and we've also had nice weather, which makes a huge difference. Huge. So I think those things have been very good. Also, I just realized like, oh, I haven't connected with a lot of my friends during this time. There's a lot of girls that I need to call and check in on. Like I saw on Instagram one of my friends like sold her house in LA, and I was like, oh my god, she sold her house, where is she gonna live? Like what is she doing? And so I was like, I need to call and check in on her. So I called her, and just made me realize there were several people I needed to call. So talked to a bunch of friends, and wow, as if you need to hear this, like call your friends, like talk to people. During pregnancy and motherhood and life in general, like it's so important that we have connection to other people and don't isolate ourselves. And during this COVID situation, I just feel like anything you can get, you need to take, like get on the phone, like FaceTime, do a Zoom thing with like some friends, and I did that too, and that's really benefited me this week. So I have some notes. I just want to make sure I'm kind of sharing some good stuff. So yeah, so that was really helpful. We also like to go on a drive and get out. When we arrived here, we had kind of done what we call an eat down, and we didn't have any fresh fruit or produce because when we were moving from one cabin to the other, we were worried that we wouldn't be able to fit all of our stuff in the car because we brought stuff back from our move like a few weeks ago. So it all fit, and we really did a good job of like depleting our produce stash. So we took a big drive. We took a big trip 15 minutes down the way to the Vice grocery store market, and I don't know, it felt really good. Felt really good to get out. I didn't even leave the car. I was in the parking lot with Jasper and our dog Ruby. Well, Josh went in, and he was in there for like just under an hour. And the sun is starting to set. It's really nice out. And he just got all the good stuff that we need. We need lots of, just tons of greens and avocados and oranges and tons of bananas and just all the things that we wanted and needed, and that they had. And it felt really great. Like when we arrived back and filled our refrigerator, which was completely empty besides the condiments. We brought hot sauce and mustard and etc. So that was really, really great. And then the next day we went to the health food store, which was like 30 minutes away. And that was really fun because I got out because that's kind of my jam. It's like crunchy granola health food stores. So, oh my gosh, the video is already 12 minutes. So I went in, felt really good, got like things like kombucha, kind of I haven't had it in a long time and make me feel really good. In fact, I'm going to have one tonight. So, yeah, that did a great thing for me. I've just been eating oatmeal for breakfast and then some Greek yogurt, and I really like granola, so eating granola, lots of chia seeds and hemp hearts. I've gotten really good at making omelets now, so I made a quiche a couple weeks ago and that worked out well, and then I've been kind of lazy to do the whole thing again because it's kind of a lot of work, so I've been making omelets, and that's been good, with salads and tahini, garlicky, lemony dressings. So we moved, exercise. I'm not even going to get into the bedtime situation that we're struggling with. Jasper's like not going to bed till 10 o'clock at night. So it's been kind of brutal because I want to go to sleep at like 8:30. So yeah. Mother's Day is coming up. Don't forget to call your mom and all your mom friends, and treat yourself. Yeah, that's about it. I've also been taking a master class. This girl, Kelly Westler, and she's an interior designer. Oh, the sun's really beaming in now. It's kind of messed with my light, but and I've been enjoying that, even though I don't know that much about interior design, and we're moving into our new place, and I'm obviously not going to be changing anything structurally because it's a rental, but it is fun to think of the different ways you can impact a space with different materials and colors, and I'm not really big on colors. I like clean, crisp, sort of monochromatic palettes with plants. That's sort of my, that makes me feel the best. But just learning that kind of stuff is fun. And then I'm kind of looking at this cabin that we're staying in that's got good bones, but it's like a palette now. It's like a canvas, and I'm feeling a lot more creative, and that wasn't the case all this time. So it was something that I've really gone after to kind of cultivate some more. Here's Ruby. So that's about it. Yeah, I'd say it's a turning point. I think we're also coming towards the end of our time out here in the Poconos, and we're going to be back in the city in our new apartment. My dog's losing it. And I'm really excited to get home, and we've made some plans about like how we're gonna get groceries and stuff, and so I feel really like really ready for that. So trying to make the most of the last couple weeks out here in the in nature, and it's very buggy, but we're supposed to have shit weather again for the next like week, so cold and raining and gray, and that's what we've had about 80% of the time we've been out of the city. So whatever, you know, we're still making the most of it. It's still nice to have the fresh air, and it's easy to let Ruby go to the bathroom and stuff. I'm going on and on, but listen, ups and downs, right? Like, we're going through them. It's crazy. The hormones are wild, and it's difficult no matter what the circumstances are. Being pregnant, growing another human child, a human being in your body, it's like a wild time. So that's just the nature of it. So be well, take good care of yourself. I'm trying, you know, and try to focus on the good. Watch something that makes you happy, or like do things that make you happy. Try to stick with it. Exercise, meditate if you can. Watch The Office, it's hilarious, or whatever like gets you, and eat good food and just take care of yourself, because life is short and it's good, and this is what we got, so make the most. Love you, be well, take good care, catch you next time. Thank you for listening.